All right, let's get straight into it. If you're running a small business here in South Africa, there is a massive opportunity that honestly most people just don't know how to tap into. Today, we're going to break down the exact blueprint you need to unlock government contracts. We're getting you successfully registered on the Central Supplier Database, the CSD, and getting you that all-important MSEAAI number.
And just to give you a sense of the scale we're talking about, look at this number. Last year alone, the South African government spent over 15 billion rands on goods and services from small vendors. Billions. We're talking real contracts for businesses just like yours. This isn't some fantasy. It's a very real, very tangible market.
So that's the big question, right? You see this huge number, you know the opportunity is real, but it feels like it's locked behind some complicated door. How do you actually get your foot in, without getting lost in all the red tape? Well, that's exactly what we're going to fix today.
Okay, so here's the secret weapon, the thing most people miss. The government doesn't just buy things through massive, complex tenders. For their everyday needs under 30,000 rands, we're talking stationery, catering for a meeting, a quick IT fix, they use something called a request for quotation, or an RFQ. This is the absolute game changer for small businesses, because to get these jobs, you just have to be on the list. But hang on, before you even think about quoting for anything, we have to cackle the two big reasons why something like 90% of applications just get stuck. They fail. You see, the CSD system is built on live data links, and if your own house isn't in order before you start, your application is basically dead on arrival. So, right now, we're going to do a quick health check to make sure that doesn't happen to you.
So this right here, this is your cheat sheet for avoiding failure. You've got to think of the CSD system like a machine that's always talking to SARS, to your bank, and to the CIPC, all in real time. If there is even one tiny mismatch, the whole process just grinds to a halt. The absolute key takeaway is this. Get these three things perfectly sorted out before you even go to the CSD website.
Let's start with the big one, the SARS sync. Honestly, just think of it like a traffic light. If you log into e-filing and your tax status says non-compliant, the CSD system sees a big red light. Bam, your application fails. And even if you somehow got through, government departments are legally forbidding to pay a non-compliant supplier. But a compliant status, that's your green light. You can proceed and you can get paid. Simple as that. And here is probably the most important piece of advice for any new business. Even if your company has made 0 rands, you still have to file your tax returns. You just file what's called a nil return. It literally takes a few minutes, costs you nothing, and it's the one simple thing that keeps your SARS status green and keeps your business in the running for those billions. Next up, the validation checks. And trust me, the system is super strict here. First, use a proper business bank account, not your personal one. That bank confirmation letter they ask for, it can't be old. It has to be less than 3 months old. And this is so critical. The system pulls your director info straight from the CIP and checks it against home affairs. If your ID number is off by even 1 digit, or if a director is also a government employee, boom, it gets flagged immediately for conflict of interest. You have to get this stuff right. Okay, with our health check done and all our lights green, we are ready to go. Let's get into the actual registration process and see how all this prep work comes together to get you that career-changing MAAA number. The registration itself is actually pretty straightforward once you've laid the groundwork. First, you'll go to csd.gov.za and register a user profile for yourself as an individual. Make sure you use a working email and phone for the one-time PIN. Then you'll link your business as a supplier. This is where you punch in all your company details and upload those documents we just talked about. You'll choose your business categories, and finally, you hit submit and get that MAAA number.
Now, a quick pro tip on those commodity codes. I know it's tempting to just click all and hope for the best, but that is a classic mistake. You have to be specific. If you do catering, select the catering codes. If you do IT support, pick those codes. This is so important because procurement officers literally search for suppliers using these exact codes. Being specific is what makes you visible to the right person at the right time.
And once you submit, you'll get this, your MBAA number. This number is your golden ticket. It's your official supplier ID card. It's your key to the entire world of government procurement. You're going to use this number on every single quote, every invoice, and every tender you submit from here on out. Getting the number is a massive win. But listen, it is not the finish line. The winning strategy isn't about registering and then sitting back and waiting for the phone to ring. No way. Now, you have to learn how to actively hunt for opportunities.
So your first hunting ground is right inside the CSD portal itself. Once you're logged in, you need to look for a menu item called My RFQ. This is where government departments can actually send quote requests directly to your profile, completely bypassing the public portals.
This tab is your new best friend because it just cuts through all the noise. These aren't just public free-for-alls. We're talking direct invitations sent right to you because your specific commodity codes matched exactly what a department was looking for. It's also the safest way to find work, since only verified government entities can use this feature, which helps you dodge all those tender scams out there. Now, the second method is more proactive. This is where the real hustle starts. You can't just wait for invitations. You need to be actively hunting for opportunities on the National e-Tender portal, which is at etenders.gov.za. This is like the public town square for every single government request. You need to make this a daily habit. First thing in the morning, with your coffee, get on that portal. Use the advanced search to filter for RFQs in your province and your industry. The second you see something that fits, download the documents right away to check the specs and the deadline. This is how you get ahead of the competition. And this brings us to a really crucial point. Once you have that MAAA number and you start hunting for these quotes, your whole mindset has to shift. You're not just looking for a job anymore. You're not waiting for someone to give you a chance. You are a professional service provider actively selling your solutions to the biggest client in the entire country. So there you have it, the complete blueprint. From that critical pre-application health check all the way to the active hunting strategy that puts you in the driver's seat. The system is open for business. The only question left is, are you ready to build? What's the first quote you're going to hunt for?